Very good morning, everyone. In this session, we are going to complete unit number 3, that is developing an SEO friendly website. That is the portion which we are going to complete in this particular session. But before starting our today's session, as always, I want to recall the points which are related with our previous session. So, let us discuss the points which are related with our previous session. In previous session, we have completed the topic redirects, and in redirects, we have seen two types of redirects. But what is the term redirect? See, when you want to move your content from one location to the other location, that movement is known as redirects. Now, redirects can be possible using two ways. Number one, the whatever the you are going to continue with the old location, as well as you are going to continue with the new location. So your website is running on two different URLs. That is one condition. And another condition is what? When you are going to close the old location and you are going to shift your content into the new location. So that redirect is known as second type of redirect. Generally, redirection occurs when you want to move your content from one location to the another location, or when you are going to restructure your website. At that time, you need to shift your content from one place to the other place. These are the reasons why and when the redirection occurs. First of all, when you have older content which expires in near future, at that time you need to remove older content which contains expiry date. Next is called when you want to shift your content or redirect your content. In those cases, when you have broken URLs which contains links and traffic on the particular broken URL. Next is called you have your hosting you change your hosting company. That means right now you are a part of one hosting company, but for whatever the reasons, whether you are not satisfied with the services provided by the hosting company, or you are having some other reasons, due to that reason you are going to change the hosting company. At that time also you need to redirect your website. Next is called change your CMS. See, when there is a requirement to change in the CMS, that is content management system, at that time also you can use the concept of redirect. And last is called when you want to implement the canonical redirect. A canonical redirect is nothing but a type of redirect in which you are going to tell the search engine that this particular page is developed as a master page. So these all are the reasons why redirection is required. Next is called good or bad redirects. There are two types of redirect, 301 and 302 redirect. Now both are the forms of redirection only and can be sent a human or a search engine crawler to the new location, but the search engine interprets this to HTTP status code in very different way. Suppose you are going to use 301 redirect. At that time, older pages are going to shift it to the new pages. That means you are going to close the older location. Similarly, when you are going to use 302 redirection, at that time it assumes that older pages are remains as it is, and you are going to create new pages also. So when you are going to use 302 you redirect, at that time you need to work very much hard for the link building efforts you need to apply it and you need to start it from the scratch again. Now in addition, the older version of the page remains as it is and it is indexed by the crawler, and now you need to apply efforts for the indexing of new website or new URL in the 302 redirect. Now methods for URL redirect and writing are C. You can either use Apache web server or Microsoft IIS web server. When you are going to use Apache web server, at that time you can use file.htaccess. Similarly, Microsoft IIS web server have different methods for the redirection, and if you are working as a programmer, at that time there are several programming languages through directly you can redirect using those languages. Say for example, Perl is there, or PHP or ASP or JavaScript. So these all are the list of programming languages in which you can directly redirect the pages or URL. Next is called default document redirect solutions. There are several plugins which can be used for the default document redirections. You just need to copy the content of index.php file to the another file, and as we have talked that if you are using Apache directory, at that time in the htaccess file you need to put it in the root directory of your document. You can also clear the original content of index.php if you are going to redirect using 301 redirect. Content management system issue is there. Content management system is nothing but it is a heart of any website. So when you are going to publish a new site, at that time you need to use CMS which ensures the SEO friendly. So you need to design your content management system in such a way you need to make the center point of SEO friendliness. So you need to maintain the friendliness of SEO, and based on that you need to develop your website. Over here we are having a list of questions in which case you need to apply a CMS in the website, or in which case there is no requirement to have a CMS requirement. Next step is how to ensure that CMS will be a search engine friendly. So there are a list of points which can be ensures that this is a smooth platform for content delivery, and these are the list of points which is related with the content delivery. Now say for example, if you want to give the comment facility or ping facility in the website, at that time there is a chances of having spam in the website. So for that you need to install anti-spam mechanism, and which gives you the prevention from the any spam, and there are several anti-spam available in the market. One is called Akismet, then next is called Molom and Defensio. So these all are the name of anti-spam mechanism. Next is called selecting a CMS. Remember one thing, that when you are going to select any CMS, it should be easy to understand, it should be simple, it should be a very beautiful content you need to put inside the website. So some CMS are there which are freely available in the market. Some CMS are there for which you need to take or purchase a license, which is called proprietary. Proprietary means it is a you need to take a license to use such kind of CMS. So you need to maintain the security level, stability or search engine friendliness, even the scalability in the mind when you are working with a CMS. Next is called generally when you are working with the any CMS, it gives a positive author experience like Joomla, Drupal, Pixel, Silk or WordPress. Each gives a strong support to the SEO process. And when you are going to select wrong CMS, at that time there is a chances of site failure because of the improper CMS. Next is called third party CMS add-ons. If you are working with a WordPress plugin, at that time there are 15,000 plus plugins available in the market. You can select any one of them to select CMS in the website. And in the November 2011, Google announces to expand the ability to execute the JavaScript, and it also announced to have the indexing on the comments in the Bazaar Voice and Power Review soon. Companies are there which are able to reviews based on the indexing status. Now let us begin with our today's session, optimizing Flash. Optimization is nothing but we are going to improve Flash content in the website. Flash is a popular content available on the web, but there are certain challenges which is faced by the SEO as well as which is that challenges is faced during the indexing time given taken by the crawler. So this creates a gap between user experience with a site and what the search engine can find on the site, because as if crawler cannot identify those contents which you have placed inside website, at that time it will not create positive experience of the user. So it is used to be the search engine which did not index Flash content at all. But in the year 2008, Google announced that it was offering improved indexing of this kind of content. So nowadays it is possible to give the indexing or ranking on the Flash content, but we cannot say that the Flash content can be fully identified by the crawler. So this announcement indicates that Google can index text content and find the follow links within the Flash files. So whatever the links you have placed within the Flash files, that can be easily identified by the Google. But remember one thing, that however Google still cannot tell what is contained in the images within the Flash files. So that is again the limitation of crawler or any search engine itself. Let me explain this point once again, that Flash is very popular on search engine or on the web, but there are certain challenges which is still there while you are going to index the related content which creates a gap between user experience as well as between the search engine, because as search engine cannot identify the Flash content, so that is a limitation of search engine only. But in the year 2008, in the month of June, Google again announced the improved indexing of your content. So whatever the text you have placed inside the Flash file, that can be easily readed by the crawler. But again, whatever the images you have placed inside the Flash file, that cannot be identified by the Google. Here are the some reasons why Flash is still not fully SEO friendly. Due to this all reasons, Flash is not that much SEO friendly, and if your content is not SEO friendly, at that time crawler cannot going to index those files, and if indexing is not there, at that time your website is not there on the higher ranking or in the search engine result pages. So better to avoid flash content within the website, but there are still reasons why the flash cannot be considered as a SEO friendly. The first reason is different content is not on different URLs. So when you are going to work with a flash file, at that time you are having a single URL which contains different types of content. So you have placed all the content within the single URL. So it is the limitation of flash content. Again, the breakdown of text is not clean. So when you are going to break some text, or when you are going to put some space between the text, at that time in flash files it is not that much clean. Next is called flash gets embedded. Embedded means flash gets to, it is very much restricted or to be merged with something, right? So flash gets embedded. Next is called flash doesn't earn external link like HTML, because see, when your website is there, at that time when you want to display the external linking structure, so it can be easily managed using HTML format, but when you are going to work with a flash content, at that time external linking structure should not be maintained properly. So again, this is a limitation of flash. And next is called SEO basics are often missing. That means whatever the basics or whatever the requirement of SEO is there, right? But when you are working with a flash file, at that time you will not get that basics cleared by the flash files. So that is again the limitation of flash content. And last is called a lot of flash isn't even crawlable. So if your file contains lots of flash contents, that is also not crawled by the crawler. So these all are the limitations of flash content over the SEO. Next is called flash coding based practices. That means if a flash is a requirement, or you want to put a content using flash only, at that time there is a best practice you can implement using your website that can be more accessible by the search engine spider. That means you need to apply best possible ways, you need to apply best possible strategies inside flash content which can be crawled by the crawler or which can be easily accessible by the search engine. So always remember one thing, when there is a requirement to apply flash coding inside the website, at that time make sure that you need to apply best possible ways using which it can be more accessible by the search engine spiders, and you need to follow some guidelines to have the found that pages by the crawlers. Next is called internal flash coding. Search engine currently do not read traced text or text that has been transformed into the shape in the flash file. Only character based text that is active in the flash stage will be readed. So see, this point we have already discussed in this particular slide, right? This one, that Google can index text content or find follow link within the flash file. So internal flash codings means what? That whatever the character you have placed inside the shape of the flash content, it should be easily read or it should be traced by the crawler. But search engine do not currently read traced content or the text that is transformed into the shape. So better to avoid using shape in the flash content. You just need to use only a character based text which is active in the flash stage. that will be read properly. So let me repeat this point once again. If you have placed some shape, say for example rectangle shape has been there, and you have putted some text inside rectangle shape, at that time that content cannot be traced by by the search engine or by the crawler. So only a character based text is active on the flash stage, so it will be read by the crawler. Over here you are able to see the example of spider readable text which is putted inside a flash program. This is a flash format, and over here we have just putted a simple text inside the flash file, so it can be easily readable by the spider. So search engine spiders do not see dynamically loaded content, text added from external sources such as XML files. Remember one thing, that when you have putted some content from which is coming from the other file, say for example from the XML file, at that time spider cannot see that particular content. So the font size of this text does not affect search engine. They can read any size of font, but the font should be coming from the internal sources, it should not be coming from the external sources. Even special characters such as less than or greater than or and are converted to the HTML character format using alter. For the less than, it will use ampersand and LT, ampersand and GT, that is for greater than. For the ampersand and AMP, for the quotations you can use QUOT, right? So it should be avoided. So always special characters are converted using HTML character references using this type of short forms. SWF object or no script tag in the flash content or in the file. Remember one thing, that because alternative context workarounds for the SEO of flash files that have been historically abused by spammers, we cannot recommend using the tactics to optimize your flash files without providing a critical disclaimer. So when you want to protect your file from the spammer, you just need to give, or you need to describe your website that this particular website contains flash files which may be have some abusement from the spammer. Next is called Google and other search engine do not algorithmically ban sites for using SWF object or no script tags. It usually requires human intervention to invoke a penalty or outright ban. That means, see, if you have used SWF object or no script tag object, at that time what happens, any search engine will not ban that particular website, but as a penalty what you need to do, it will abuse your website and it will not display to the human. The opportunity for abuse is obviously upon viewing the code. This is a small piece of code which is placed within the head tag. See over here, you just need to write this particular content of the code within the head tag, which contains SWF object. In the body of the text, the code looks something like the figure, and the figure represents information between the div tag. HTML tag is read by the search engine spider. So the no script tag has been abused in black hat SEO attempts. So frequently that caution should be taken when using it. Just as SWF object and div tags can be misused for link and keyword stuffing, so too can the no script tag. So when your script contains the, when your script does not contain any script tag, at that time that can be considered as a black hat for the SEO mechanism, and you just need to use different kind of div tag just as a SFO SWF object. Next is called, you can use no script tag with a flash file which contains SWF files in the following manner. When you are going to use no script tag or any file contains no script tag, at that time using flash you can use certain kinds of script tag and no script tag, and it contains SWF extension. Scalable in main flash replacement, that is the full form of SIFR. Generally this is a technique which can be used to read a JavaScript in the HTML text as well as in the flash text, right? So when there is a requirement to to read a JavaScript or HTML content which renders in the flash file, at that time you can use SIFR. SIFR again, that stands for scalable in main flash replacement. The essential fact to focus on here is that the method guarantees that the HTML content and flash content are identical. That means both are similar. There is no changes between the HTML content as well as flash content. One great use for this is to render headline text and aliased font. This is the purpose for which SIFR was designed, and this can provide a great improvement in the presentation of your website. So if your website has been developed using SIFR technique, at that time it can be easily uses JavaScript to read HTML content which is available in the flash file. So you will definitely get a benefit using SIFR. Now we are going to start with a new topic which is called best practices for multi-language or country targeting. See, when your website is developed to target for a particular country, at that time you need to write the website in that particular country's language. Say for example, if my website is developed for the country China, at that time basic language in which my website is there, that I need to use as a Chinese language naturally. Or if I am going to target the country France, at that time I need to provide my website in the French. So for that, what you need to do, the best practice for multi-language or country targeting, at that time first of all I need to decide that whether my website is working for targeting specific country or it is developed as a global. See, when there is a global website, at that time you can use or you can develop your website using any language, right? Or it may be possible that my one website is developed using multiple languages. One is used for the language English and one is used one is developed using the language French, right? So that can be possible using the multi-language or targeting a specific country. So many businesses target multiple countries with their websites, and for such businesses various questions can be arise. Number one, do you put the information for your product and services all on the same domain, or you want to make it on the different domain? Say for example, one website has been developed which is used to target for the country India and one is used to target for the country France. So naturally whatever the website you have registered in under the country India may contain domain name .in, right? And for the country France, you are having country domain.fr. So first question you need to ask is what? Whether your website contains the same domain or it is located on the different domain. Next is what? Do you obtain multiple domains? Where do you host the website? It turns out that there are SEO factors as well as basic marketing questions that affect the answer. Of course, there are non-SEO factors only, such as text implications of what you do. Further, for the some TLDs means top level domain, you can only register a domain if you have a local physical preference. For example, France requires this to get a .fr domain. As I have told you that there are certain SEO factors as well as non-SEO factors which will definitely have a huge impact on the website. So you need to decide whether the product or services is related with the same domain or you are going to use multiple domain. Some factors are there, some factor is called the non-SEO and some factors are called SEO factors. So naturally, if your website is located or developed using a particular country targeting, at that time you need to use different kinds of domain. For India, there is a .in domain. For France, you are having .fr domain. For United Kingdom, you are having .uk domain. So in this way, you can bifurcate your country-based website. Targeting a specific country, starting with the basics of international targeting, it is important to let the search engine know where the business is based in as many ways as possible, which may include using a top level domain which is called TLD, co.uk, co.in, co.br, co.fr. In this way you are able to use top level domain to target specific country. Now hosting your website locally, not abroad. That thing also you need to decide that whether your website is based on the local area or local location or you want to make it as a abroad specification. Next is called including a physical local address in plain text on every page of your business. See, when you are going to target some specific country, at that time these are the points which every website needs to include. Number one, you need to include top level domain, you need to include hosting of your website locally, you need to include the physical address of your website. Next is called setting Google your Webmaster Central geo-targeting to your country of interest. That means in whatever country you want to target, you need to set Google Webmaster Central geo-targeting location. Next is verify your address in Google Maps so that if anyone does not know the exact location regarding the website or your business, at that time with the help of Google Maps, when you have verified your address, at that time it will give the recommendation to the other users who is searching for the product or business on the website. Next is called getting links from in-country website and using the local language on the website. As I have told you, suppose your website has been developed for the country China, at that time you need to use local language like Chinese language to get more customers or to create good traffic on the website. Problems with using your existing domain. See, when you are going to expand your business in the new country, at that time you cannot depend on the current location of your territory. So you need to make it from the starting only when you are planning to expand your business. So you will not depend on the current location. Compulsory you need to start it from the new domain or new location. So in other words, why can't you create multiple version of your website and determine where the user is in the world before either delivering the appropriate content or redirecting that user to the appropriate place in the site. So always remember one thing, that when you are going to target a country specific website or code, at that time, instead of continuing with the older version of domain, you just need to create new version of your domain which contains a different website, or you can create multiple versions of your website to create a traffic on the website. So the problem with this approach from the SEO perspective is what? The major SEO spider from the United States, so their IP addresses will be in the United States in your lookup, and they will therefore be delivered only US content. So when there is a country specific code, at that time there is a problem for SEO's perspective. When you are going to target country United States, at that time all the IP addresses which are in the United States lookup, so you will be delivered from the content of US. So this problem is exacerbated if you are going even further and geo delivering content in different languages, as only your English language content will be spidered unless you clock for the search engine boards. So what happens now, if your website is only available in the Chinese language, at that time you will be using clogged. And what is clogged? That content cannot be fetched by the spider. Next is called two major approaches. The best way, which remains one of the approaches depending on the size and scale of your operations in the new country, how the powerful and established yourdomain.com is. So if you have a strong local terms or less power in the main domain, you are launching independent local website which is based on the geo-targeted as described earlier. It is a smart move in the long run. That means, see, if you are having such kind of business which is running properly, at that time you need to make your website independent of local business. Now if on the other hand you have only centralized marketing and PR, that is called public relationship manager, or a strong main domain, that you may want to create localized version of your content either on the country specific subdomain or subfolder, with the preference being for the use of subdomain, so that you can set up local hosting. There are two options using which you can get or expand your business. Number one, you are having strong local team which contains less power in the main domain, and you are going to launch independent local website which is based on the geo targeted. And similarly, on the other hand, you are having centralized marketing team and public relationship manager and have strong domain, so that you can create local version of your business. So these two approaches can be used for the local business and enhance it into the country wise domain. Now multiple language issues are created while you are working with the country domain. Why? Because see, if you have a content in the Spanish as well as English serving country, at that time you need to create the website with the language options. Say for example, http://www.yourdomain.com, and again another language is called Spanish language. So you need to share the website of URL of both the website. One is called for the Spanish language and other is called for the English language. So For that you need to use proper domain extension, as lots of time we have talked that if your website is used for the commercial purpose, at that time you need to use .com. If your website is running for the organizational purpose, at that time you need to apply .org, whereas if your website is working for the Canada, at that time you need to use top level domain as a .ca. United Kingdom stands for .uk. So in this way you can solve the multiple language issues. Now if you have a content in Spanish language or this, at that time you need to create separate website. One is targeted for the English language and another is targeted for the Spanish language, and you need to register your domain with a appropriate top level domain, so that you in future you can get that this particular website is running for the particular targeted of top level domain. And when possible you need to have a speaker which is fluent in the regional particular languages, the site content for a country specific code. So this is all for our today's session. This is more than enough for today. We have completed unit number 3 over here. In our next video we are going to start with the keyword research and optimization for the vertical search. Thank you all.